Hello friends, Lakeview with you, Sam, Gino, Jack. We're going to talk to you about 6 things to avoid before buying a house.
Number 1, don't apply for new credit. In the anticipation of a new home, people get excited. They want to go maybe to a home improvement store, maybe to a furniture place. In doing so, you might get lured into applying for a new credit card at either one of these places, which could ultimately end up hurting your credit score. Either company, wherever you go, could run a new check on you, and that could hurt your points, could hurt your score ultimately. And the lender might also be worried that you may actually spend to the limit of that new credit and ultimately default on your loan.
Great segue to number 2. Don't close any accounts. So let's say you have an opportunity to move money from a loan, line of credit, or credit card with a higher interest rate to another one with a lower interest rate. Go ahead and make that move, but don't close the other account. By closing the other account, what you're doing, you're also closing all your credit history associated with that account. And the algorithm that calculates your credit score probably wouldn't like that, and you would lower your credit score, which might change your application from initially when you got pre-approved.
Number 3, don't move money around without a paper trail. The lenders find it very unnerving when money just disappears or appears. So if you're making a transfer, make sure you first of all discuss it with your broker or your agent at the bank, and then make sure that it has a paper trail. That way you can see where the money is going clearly, and it doesn't look like you're just pulling money out of thin air either way.
Absolutely. Brings us to number 4, which is a bit of a no-brainer. Don't increase your debt levels, right? Your income, your debt to income ratio is very important during this process. And if you increase the amount of debt that you incur, you run the risk of maxing that out and ultimately losing any opportunity you may have had to secure a loan.
Number 5, directly connected to that, don't go and buy a car. We've seen this scenario where folks have done their pre-approval and then gone and bought a car, or actually purchased house firm and prior to closing went and purchased a car. Even if you feel like you can financially afford it without any issues, don't do it until after you close your purchase, simply because that monthly purchase will affect your GDS and TDS ratios, and that may affect you being able to get that mortgage that you were originally pre-approved for.
Yeah, and it's not a long time. Usually closings are 90 days. You can wait 90 days for a new car, right? So.
Exactly.
And number 6, don't change jobs if you can help it. The lenders have qualified you on a certain employment profile, and changing it doesn't necessarily guarantee that you are going to still qualify for the loan. So let's say you got an approval with one job and then you change before closing. The lender might say, well, you haven't been at this job long enough, so we're not going to fund you. So definitely keep an eye out for that, right?
Exactly. Lenders like to see you pass probation period, and with some companies that may be 3 months and some 6 months. So they want to see that you're past the probation period. Hopefully this was useful, guys. Please share it with your friends. If you have any questions, hit us up. Text, email, phone call, anything at all. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.